So these are the six most common scenarios that cause auto denials, whether you're tier one, two, three, or five. You need to get these fixed. And this also applies for both funding and building a Paydex. Okay. Now, these are the six common scenarios. So the first one is mismatched addresses across your documents. Okay. This is just giving you a scenario, right? Like they're actually a tier one business, but because of these issues here, they get auto denied. So this fix, update all your business documents to reflect the correct current address. Scenario two, using a virtual address or PO box. Make sure it's a physical address with the lease agreement. A home address is fine, okay? But the reason why is banks automatically flag virtual addresses as fraud or high risk. The basically you can just disappear, right? Like you get approved and then you just cancel the virtual address and disappear. That's their fear behind that. Okay? EIN name doesn't match the articles of organization. Believe it or not, people have registered article like their business with the state, and then the EIN has a completely different business name on it, or vice versa. I don't know how they manage to do it, but it does happen, right? And basically, the fix is to make sure that everything matches. What I always recommend, typos happen, right? Have your docs in front of you, and even though you know your home address or whatever the address is, or even the name by heart, just have it next to you, right? Because to fix it, as I mentioned in 2 point, what is it, 1, fixing that can take a couple hours if you call the IRS, right? DMB profile, this is if you're building a Paydex, right, has the wrong business name or the industry code. Here I go into the types of industries that are restricted, right? You can also Google it. This is not a full list, right? It's just to give you an idea of restricted industries, okay? But basically, you have the wrong code. You just update it by updating your profile and you do it here, right? I show you how to do it here. Okay. And you want to do this as well for Experian for Business to match it. And your taxes is easy. Usually your CPA can just change that. It really doesn't matter. This doesn't affect you too much. It's mainly the DMB profile. Now, the business bank account was opened under a personal name. This one may seem kind of obvious, but again, I do have to explain it because I've had people where they had the LLC, but for whatever reason, they still open the personal checking account or like a sole proprietorship account. Make sure it is a business checking account and it's using the business documentation, right? Bring your articles of incorporation or organization, depending on whether you have an LLC or corporation, right? And they will help you with getting that open. A lot of times they know what they're doing, right? They shouldn't be giving you a personal account, but it happens. Now, this one, scenario six, this is the business name. It triggers high risk. And this is like if you have a keyword in your name, right? Now, plumbing is not high risk, but it can be based on certain lenders. I guess one example would be like Uncle Bob's crypto services, right? Well, crypto is restricted. And even if your industry code right here is completely different, like let's say it's marketing, just the simple fact that you have crypto in it, well, a lot of underwriters would just auto deny you because it just hints too much at the fact that you may be in crypto, right? And they don't like that. So basically, avoid those keywords, right? You do not want it in your name. Try to keep it general, okay? So Blue Ocean Inc., Red Ocean Inc., Summit Ventures Group, right? So those types of things, anything that may hint at the fact that you're in these industries or you're an investor, real estate investing, things like that, avoid, okay? So I hope that helps. And this is another easy credit repair group. Consider a different name, right? Where you can change the industry code to like marketing, right? Now, this is only when you're starting out. As you grow, you're going to notice that the quote unquote high risk industries still have lenders that work with them, but generally you're going to have some sort of financial backing. So like your tax returns, right? So for now, if you're new, generally you always want to follow this, but eventually you get to a point where you're making good amounts of money that it doesn't matter because your financials back it up, right? Like your balance sheet shows healthy, like a healthy sheet. Your P&L shows healthy cash flow, right? At that point, sometimes lenders start to make exceptions, but to keep it simple, try not to include those things in your name, okay? And here it is, just summarized. And the final takeaway, even if your business is 100% legit, these little errors can cause auto rejections, okay? And this applies both for funding and even building a Paydex. This is mainly if you're building a Paydex is this, but everything else, oh no, sorry, it's this, but everything else will get you flagged for funding as well. Oh, and also this, the business name. Okay, so yeah, make sure not to do these 6 common mistakes. Some of them are fixable, others they sometimes aren't. Like if you really are in adult entertainment, right? Or you're a firearms distributor or whatever, sometimes there's no way around it, right? And other times though, you can do those little tricks, right? Where you just can change the industry code. But sometimes like there's nothing you can do, right? Either way though, just keep that in mind as you move along.